Do you want to make over $1,000 a day using just a laptop and an internet connection? In February, I was literally homeless, living under a bridge. Last week, I made $16,000 with nothing but my own sheer ingenuity plus ChatGPT. I made an Excel spreadsheet with the 700 tools you need to make your fortune. All you have to do is like, retweet, and comment "sucker," and I'll send you the PDF. Have you noticed this tweet popping up across your Twitter feed? Seems like people have found a way to hack into Twitter's algorithm and go semi-viral with these huge promises of massive riches if you just get ahead of the curve. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I don't actually have a list of the 700 no-code tools that you need to be using. In reality, I use all of 6 tools in my podcasting workflow. But I find that these tools are amazingly effective and powerful if you use them wisely. No, they don't substitute for actual creativity or hard work, but they can save you a lot of time and headache of trying to do everything by yourself. I call it the NORDIC podcast stack. 6 tools to make your podcast look fully professional on an amateur's budget. Let's dive in. The N in NORDIC stands for Notion. Notion is your all-in-one workspace. I use it to organize different views of my podcast calendar from the planning stage, where guests are taken through from the idea stage into published completion. You can also view by air date or recording date and maintain show notes, transcripts, and a content calendar. Now, with AI built in, you can save a ton of time on the post-production, writing your social media assets. O is for Otter.ai. Otter is my one-stop shop for transcription. Otter lets you listen to and correct your transcript before exporting it to whatever format you want. And you can turn Otter into your meeting note taker just by copying and pasting a link to a Zoom meeting here. It will add the assistant as a participant to transcribe the meeting as it's in progress. R is for Riverside. If you're still using Zoom for a podcast, get with the program. Get on Riverside and start recording both you and your guest in high resolution. One of the beautiful things about Riverside is the export feature, where you can automatically export your tracks either to Adobe Premiere Pro, or in my case, I use Descript, which brings us to D, that is Descript. Now I'm using Descript right now to record this video. Descript serves as an audio-video editor, but it's so much more than that. With Descript, you can edit the transcript directly, and it will make changes to your audio or video file itself. I've found that this cuts down on editing time by a factor of 2 or 3, and is a much better use of my time than scrubbing through an audio file in some free software like Audacity. It's well worth the $12 a month that I pay, and if you're doing any kind of podcast or YouTube channel, I recommend checking it out. Next up, we have I for iPhone. I've started using my iPhone as a web camera. Initially, I used a program called Camo Studio, but in the latest rendition of Apple OS, Ventura, you can actually use this feature called Continuity Camera, where as long as your phone and computer are both hooked up to Wi-Fi, your camera doubles as a webcam. So no need to spend $200-300 on a Logitech when you've got a $1,000 camera right there in your pocket. And last but not least, C is for Canva. Here I just mocked up a quick graphic for this video, spelling out the word NORDIC from all the company logos that we've reviewed. It's got a handy drag and drop interface, a whole library of graphics and background images, and is just generally very user-friendly. A superior alternative to Photoshop if you're still stuck in the 20th century, making your own graphics from scratch. You can also use any of Canva's handy templates for things like YouTube thumbnails, quote graphics, and you can easily resize them for whatever social media assets you need. Say a Facebook post, on Instagram, and why not, let's just add Twitter as well. These 6 tools all have free options as well as more features if you've got a few bucks to spend a month. I find that these pretty much cover all my bases for producing professional sounding podcasts. Hope you found this useful. Check out the show notes for links to all these tools, and head over to the Virgilius website to find out what other podcasting solutions we may have for you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you want more tips on producing professional podcasts or turning your podcast into polished prose, whether that's just enhanced transcripts for your website and SEO optimization, or if you want to work with us on turning your podcast into a book. That's right, a full-length book that will position you as the authority in your domain. That's all for now, and remember, use these tools. Don't let them use you.